Hello, this is John Rawling with Golden Goals, here taking a look at some of the great moments of the recent years of Chelsea's illustrious history. You'll see once again some of the finest goals scored by the men in Chelsea shirts, how they helped take Chelsea to FA Cup triumphs and league success. This is just one of an official FA series featuring all 22 of the Carling Premiership clubs, and we'll be bringing you the golden goals scored by each club in the Football League and the FA Cup over the last decade. Chelsea pensioners, Chelsea and their most famous elder statesmen, regular supporters at Stamford Bridge. Kerry Dixon, a prolific goal scorer, good in the air, devastating with both feet, Chelsea's leading scorer of the last decade. David Speedie, the fiery little Scottish striker, fiercely competitive and a real Chelsea favourite. Gordon Durie, another Scottish striker signed from Hibernian in 1986 by John Hollins. Kevin Wilson, brought to Stamford Bridge from Ipswich in '87, he became a regular member of the Chelsea first team. Andy Townsend, a driving force in midfield, Irish international, signed from Norwich for £1.2 million in 1990. Clive Allen, prolific goal scorer, much travelled, joined Chelsea from Manchester City and did what he does best, found the back of the net. The Wimbledon Old Boys, Vinnie Jones and Dennis Wise, reunited in the blue shirts of Chelsea. Wise went on to become club captain. Tony Cascarino, the Irish striker brought back to English football from Celtic at the beginning of 1992. Paul Elliott, strong man at the heart of the defence, another player to arrive from Celtic and a great Stamford Bridge favourite. Nigel Spackman, a midfielder who enjoyed two spells with Chelsea, as well as successes with Liverpool and Rangers. Vinnie Jones, always controversial, a self-styled hard man of the game. Chelsea had been in the second division since 1979. John Neal was manager, the club was looking for promotion, but also going well in the Cup.
On by Page to Walker. Now Bumstead. Referee had already blown, giving Chelsea the free kick. Fillery, who's been known to strike them from here. Three Chelsea players mingling with the Tottenham wall in front of Clements. He wants them further back, the Tottenham players. Perryman is debating with the referee. Fillery wants to line the shot up. He's got Rhodes-Brown to his left. He drives it. Oh, what a goal! Fillery produces the goal that matters for Chelsea. Ray Clements is beaten at a domestic cup tie for the first time this season. The first goal Spurs have let in either the FA Cup or the League Cup, and it's scored by Mike Fillery. What a shot! He waited his time, drove it with his left foot, and it flew through that crowd of players and beat Clements right in the corner. Fillery for Chelsea. And here's Walker, and there's Pates, and a chance there, but oh, it's there! Alan Mays gets one back. Tottenham lost their concentration, and Clements beaten by Mays. The ball played in from the left, and Tottenham didn't defend well there. Walker got a touch on it. It came back to Pates, his shot was blocked, and Mays beat Clements inside his near post.
Kerry Dixon's goals had helped Chelsea reclaim their place in the top flight in 83-84. He found the target on 34 occasions, and Chelsea were the champions with 88 points.
Oh, Dixon! And Dixon again! And Chelsea have equalised! They were badly caught out there, Arsenal. And Kerry Dixon, with 34 goals last season, gets away to the best possible start in the First Division. The first was a left-foot shot that was saved by Jennings. Back it came again, and what a belter with the right foot into the corner, and Chelsea are level. Wood with the throw. Davis getting away from Robson. McLaughlin for Smackman. Trying to get it through to Joey Jones, who'd gone through. The touch now, and Davis. And a brilliant strike for Chelsea with a little over 5 minutes gone.
Chelsea finished in 6th place. Another 35 goals for Kerry Dixon forced his way into the England team, and John Hollins was the new Chelsea manager.
So it's pressure from Chelsea, but as yet, not penetration. Rugby, yes! Penetration now. That's brought them back in the game. Solidly met by the big defender on the near post, and it flew in.
Nevin. And Bailey losing it! And they haven't forced it in, McLaughlin has! The big centre-half scores his first goal of the season, courtesy to some extent by Gary Bailey. When the free kick was taken, Nevin floats it in. Bailey, well, makes a hash of it really. Now the panic stations are really on, and what an inviting moment that was for Big Joe McLaughlin to make it 1-1. Smackman will take the throw for Chelsea. It's also the man who takes their penalties. Smackman planting it in there. And it's in there with Kerry Dixon again. 21st of the season. And that unfailing head of his has put Chelsea into the lead. Man who was once an apprentice at Tottenham.
Twice in the second half, Duncan Shearer has had opportunities, and he hasn't made the best use of them. Charles away, Bumstead, 2-1. And John Bumstead has brought Chelsea right back into this game. It's his first goal in the league this season, John Bumstead. And what a crucial one it could be.
And Speedy caught Vanden Howe that time, and the shot and the goal from Jerry Murphy. So Chelsea off to a flyer against Everton again for the 4th time this season. And Murphy's trusty left foot did the trick. After Speedy had jumped with Vanden Howe, Dixon caused some confusion. It broke perfectly for Murphy.
Nevin on the ball. And it's Colin Pates who hits it, and it's deflected. And Chelsea have the lead. 62nd minute, and not an earthly that Peter Shilton can do about that.
Chelsea were 6th once again. Dixon had scored another 19, but in the new season, Chelsea were bottom at Christmas. Things were improving, though, and a new face in the side when Arsenal visited the Bridge in March.
Well, Lee putting it on. Now is this an opening for Chelsea? A brilliant goal by Colin West! What an amazing
start to a league career. Less than 5 minutes gone, and a scorching shot. A great ball by Lee. Only his second game of the season. And just look at the youngster now, driving it past Lukic.
Chelsea were 14th. Ken Bates had launched his Save the Bridge appeal to buy the ground. Now Tony DiRigo and Kevin Wilson had joined the club.
He's not been too happy for the Newcastle captain here. And Dixon has added to the unhappiness. 2-0. Hall. West, but here's Nevin, through to his left for Chelsea, if he needs them. Great play by Pat Nevin. And Hazard has equalised. And Chelsea are alive again. What a time for his first goal of the season. In the hour of need. But it was all down to Nevin. Pat Nevin, whose contract is up at the end of the season, and no one's sure whether he's going to pledge himself to a new deal with the club. They'll want him, particularly Hazard.
Chelsea were relegated in 1988. David Speedy moved on to Coventry City. Bobby Campbell became the new manager as John Hollins was moved aside. In the next year, Chelsea were back, winning Division 2 by 17 points. Pat Nevin, Graham Roberts and Dave Besant had joined the playing staff. The first game of the new season was against Wimbledon. Kerry Dixon makes a fine break down the right, puts in a perfect cross, and there's the header from Kevin Wilson. Chelsea win 1-0. Against Nottingham Forest, a corner headed on by Dixon. Then Dickens, and Gordon Jury scores the first goal. Same game, a Peter Nicholas corner, and Kerry Dixon the header. See that one again, Kerry Dixon under all sorts of pressure, still manages to get his head in. It finished 2-2.
And it's Steve Clarke through the centre from Kevin Wilson's flick. And Chelsea have hit back in the best possible way. Spurs deflated. And Clarke came through unattended. And Torsvet was left exposed and could do nothing about it. With 21 minutes left, Chelsea, from their point of view, restore some order. Dixon, wide towards Hazard, but a little behind him. Bumstead got the run of the ball against Fenwick. Hazard, Kevin Wilson, and it's 4! Disbelief at White Hart Lane for Tottenham supporters. Cheer for Chelsea, although it's long distance for their fans. Hazard, after Bumstead had done well, cut it back superbly, and Kevin Wilson's finish was unstoppable right into the bottom corner.
Away to Derby, DiRigo starts the move. Peter Nicholas. Dixon. David Lee helping his attack. Dickens. Dixon scores, Chelsea win 1-0 and go 4th in the league. Chelsea were to go 2nd after this home draw with Manchester City.
Redmond away. Hazard. And Dixon this time. Having hit the post, this time it ends up in the back of the net and Chelsea have forced their way into the lead. It's been a terrific opening 10 minutes to the second half. crowned now by the first goal of the game, and Kerry Dixon beats Dibble to it. The goalkeeper off his line, but the ball rather died, and Dibble couldn't get there. Dixon did.
Against Millwall, a huge clearance by Dave Besant. Right into the path of Kevin Wilson, a tremendous strike, 1-0. Peter Nicholas with the through ball. Kerry Dixon lobs the keeper. That's Chelsea's second. Great determination from the Chelsea striker. A man with a goal-scoring knack, Kerry Dixon. Wilson got a second, again from a huge clearance by Besant. Chelsea 3, Millwall 0. Still, though, there was more to come. Dorigo with the free kick. Roberts looking for the far post. Picks out Kerry Dixon. Mickey Hazard in support. Kerry Dixon finishes it. Chelsea win 4-0 and go top. Against Everton, not the sort of clearance you'd expect from Martin Keown, and Steve Clarke scores. Chelsea win 1-0. Next at home to Southampton, Dixon in the air, and Moncau finishes it off. Chelsea's second starts with a Mickey Hazard corner. Dickens and Moncau with the headers, and Kevin Wilson scores from close range. The second Chelsea goal in a minute. They were 2-0 down. That made it 2-2. Chelsea lost this match against Wimbledon, but there was another fine goal by Kerry Dixon. David Lee with the long clearance. Dixon beats Curl. Sagers is beaten. Keith Curl's reckoned to be one of the quickest defenders in the game. Still, though, he was no match for Dixon. Here against Queen's Park Rangers. Dixon wins it. Dickens scores it. Dixon always a threat in the air. Now Dorigo looking for him. Dixon wins it again, and Steve Clarke the scorer.
On by Dixon to Jury. Hansen is with him, and the referee's given a free kick against Alan Hansen. Always difficult for referees to decide whether the forward is backing in or whether the defender's holding him. And on that occasion, he judged against the Liverpool captain, Alan Hansen. Now, this is obviously a very dangerous position here, right in the centre of goal. And Liverpool have got, what, 4 or 5 men in the wall. Looks as though either Jury or Dorigo will have a crack. It's direct. Jury. Ew, what a goal that was! Oh, what a return for Gordon Jury! Grobbelaar beaten by the sheer pace and ferocity of that superb Jury free kick. Wanged in. Lee. Wilson. This is Dorigo. Jury. Lee there, was a good little header and a fine effort, and it's gone in by Dixon, who did not even bother to celebrate.
Tony Dorigo against Crystal Palace. Comes all the way to Dixon. Clive Wilson. Headed back by Dixon to Graham Lasso. That's Chelsea's second. It finished 2-2. Against Luton, Dixon finds McAllister. Wilson scores on the near post. Nice passing move brings the second. Clark starts it off to Wilson. Dixon making ground down the left. Looks to pick out his man. Wilson making ground, and Wilson the header. That's 2-0. It turns out to be an emphatic 3-0 victory for Chelsea, and the third started by this long clearance. Dixon against Dreyer, and Dixon wins it.
So, and Crew will have to watch the throws out to him, because he's very, very quick, as he's shown us once. And it's a beautifully taken goal by Kerry Dixon. 31 minutes, no hesitation that time, and the few who travel from London show their pleasure at Dixon's precise finishing to Kevin Wilson's pass. Mistake by Edwards. Dixon, yes! What a shame from Crew's point of view, but all credit to Kerry Dixon.
It's a free kick to Chelsea. Graham Roberts with most to say for himself in the Chelsea side, masterminding the whole thing, and now taking this free kick, looking towards Kerry Dixon. Dixon getting the header in, and Lee is in there.
So Big David Lee gives Chelsea the lead.
Against Charlton. Dickens the header, Peak off the line, Kevin Wilson scores, eventually. And a corner brought the second. Erlen Janssen puts in the challenge. Eventually comes to Kevin Wilson, who hooks it in. It finished 3-1 in Chelsea's favour, and it was crowned by a brilliant individual goal from Dixon. Dixon looks up, measures his shot, sees the goalkeeper off the line, almost went down there, picks his spot superbly. Against Coventry City. Dixon in the air, Dorigo volleys in. Fine passing move brings Chelsea's second. And there's that man again, Kerry Dixon.
Bumstead leading the charge. Here's Nicholas. He's done well. Been out for some 3 months. Oh, Wilson's in here, and Bumstead has equalised. A little unorthodox, perhaps. John Bumstead won't worry about that. It was Wilson who found space, and Bumstead, well, almost falling over, managed to turn it in.
Now everybody knows that Graham Roberts is an uncompromising defender. Here he shows he can do a little bit more than just that. Beats 4 and scores.
And well played by Manchester United. Martin again. Defence, they tried to turn into a swift counter-attack. The left-back is way out of position, of course. And it's Dixon through the centre for Chelsea! Can Anderson get it off the line? He can't. Gareth Hall may well have got the last touch. Dixon certainly to the fore, but Anderson was put in a desperate plight. It was Hall, Bumstead and then Dixon. It rolled towards the line. Whose goal is it? I think it's Hall's.
Against Southampton. Near post header from Dixon. Wilson finishes it off, his 12th goal of the season. Kevin McAllister. Jury. Wilson. Dorigo. And that fierce drive made it 2-2. Johnson. McAllister picking out Gordon Jury. Didn't strike it cleanly, but it found the back of the net and Chelsea win 3-2. Against Arsenal, Johnson with the throw-in. Comes to Bumstead. And Chelsea beat their old rivals by 1-0. Against Manchester City, it's Jury all the way. We've seen Dixon being a constant threat in the air. Here he shows no small amount of skill down the left wing. Picks out Gordon Jury, and at the second attempt, Jury gets it in. Fine change of pace here by Dixon. Finds Jury, who just did enough.
Tried to go for goal throughout, but they've come second again against Liverpool by quite a long way. Dixon, is he away from Hansen? Kerry Dixon has the last word for Chelsea.
McAllister. Plenty of Everton defenders back, but Dixon gets above them all. Moncau with the cross. Well, I don't think Neil Poynton's going to be too happy with that, and Dixon accepts a golden opportunity. Chelsea win 2-1. Dixon gets the first against Millwall. Wilson finds Dixon. Tremendous strike. Final score was 3-1 to Chelsea. For Dixon, a fabulous hat-trick. A header, a right foot. He finishes this with his left. Kerry Dixon ended the season with 25 goals. He was Chelsea's top scorer for the 5th time in 6 seasons. Chelsea finished 5th in the league and won the Zenith Data Cup. 76,000 at Wembley saw them beat Middlesbrough 1-0. Bobby Campbell spent £1.6 million bringing Dennis Wise from Wimbledon, and £1.2 million brought Andy Townsend to Chelsea from Norwich City. First game of the season was against Derby County. Wise hits his free kick against the post. Peter Nicholas picks it up. Bends it past the defence. Peter Shilton not pleased. Chelsea won by 2-1. They lost this match by the same scoreline, but there was a fine goal from Tony Dorigo. Townsend picks out the fullback in acres of space, and from all of 30 yards he lets fly. Dennis Wise finds David Lee. And there's Dixon. Same game, Dennis Wise shows his skills going past two men. The cross comes in, and Kevin Wilson scores. Against Arsenal, ball from the back. Here's Winterburn, apparently not under pressure. What about that for a gift for Kerry Dixon? His cross, and Wilson scores at the near post. Kevin Wilson was to get another 2 against Sheffield United. Graham Lasso picking up the pieces on the left. Finds Peter Nicholas. Sweet strike. Wise with the free kick. Finds Dixon. And Wilson again.
Ruddock. Shearer, a bit unlucky then. Clark intercepted. On from Nicholas. Dodd read it well. But here's Townsend, and now Dixon, and Townsend again, and Clark, and he's made room for the shot, and he scored! Meantime, the threat on the Southampton goal from Dixon. Oh, it's a lovely ball, Wilson!
Instead, Jury might get away here, and he takes some catching. Chelsea flooding into the centre. Wise is there, and a goal for Graham Lasso.
Dennis Wise with a corner against Wimbledon. Then the old 1-2, Dixon near post, and then Gordon Jury.
By Lasso, and not a bad ball either. Who's just about cut it out as Dixon was threatening to run onto it. Here's Phelan straight away under pressure, and Townsend's done brilliantly for Chelsea here. He's going alone. Oh, what a marvellous goal! Andy Townsend scores a beauty. No smiles from Bobby Campbell, but inside he will be feeling as happy as these Chelsea supporters. 2 goals in less than 5 minutes for Chelsea. Andy Townsend's first league goal as a Chelsea player, and it could hardly have been more special. He had no support, he had to go all the way himself, and he did so superbly.
3 goals coming up against Tottenham. Moncau starts this off. Here's Townsend, and Dixon making ground. Wise. That's Jury. Torsved gets his hand to it. Bumstead with the rebound. Wise with the corner. Moncau at the near post. Mitchell Thomas heads clear only as far as Gordon Jury. Chelsea win it by 3 goals to 2. Wise again with the corner. Graham Stewart. Another win for Chelsea, 2-1 this time. Nick Harford giving the ball away. Jury wide on the right. Kerry Dixon unmarked. This turned out to be a torrid afternoon for Peter Shilton. Cross looking for Dixon. Dave Lee. And Dixon scores. Mark Wright losing out. Comes to Gareth Hall. And Gordon Dury scoring Chelsea's third. That's Graham Stewart. Dury with acres of space on the right, and a rare header from Dennis Wise. Besant out to Dury. This was a magnificent individual goal. Again, Peter Shilton has to pick it out of the back of the net. Dorigo. Graham Stewart. Lasso. Chelsea win that game by 6 goals to 4. And how many times has Peter Shilton conceded 6? Long clearance by Besant. Finds Dixon. Wise challenges. And Townsend gets the final shot. Dorigo. Graham Stewart, lovely touch on. Here's Lasso. Stewart again. Dennis Wise from close range. Another 2-1 win to Chelsea. Next against Everton. Kevin Wilson. 1-2 with Stewart. Fine finish. Neat passing move down the left. Finished by Gordon Dury. Kerry Dixon. Fine ball cross-field to Stewart. Dury the header. Chelsea 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0.
Winterburn. Stewart! Arsenal are behind. Stewart. That's a marvellous ball to Damien Matthew. Kerry Dixon is in the middle. Matthew to Dixon, to the back of the net. Arsenal know they're beaten. Chelsea know they have a victory that's come their way in the second half.
Matthew spreads it wide. McAllister. Chelsea 3 men in the penalty area. If McAllister can get the cross in, well, he's done enough to get around Poynton twice. Now he lays it instead for Clark. A looping cross, and Coulton will claim this. It's not a convincing clearance yet, though. Wilson back in. Oh, a cracking goal! Beautifully struck by Dennis Wise. Well, Coulton beats the ground in anger, but really it wasn't a convincing punch by the City goalkeeper. And when it's turned back in here by Kevin Wilson, Wise met it on the full, and it's gone through his legs, and the keeper's agony is compounded.
Familiar story against Spurs. Dennis Wise the corner. Dixon on the near post, and there's Gordon Dury following up. Dury. Mal Donachie beaten all ends up. Superb individual goal. You see Dury feint one way, go the other. Donachie just couldn't get his challenge in, and Les Sealey totally beaten. Dorigo linking up with Wise. Dorigo again. Magnificent goal. That made it 2-1. Manchester United came back, though, to get the equaliser. Let's see this goal again, though, from Dorigo. Wise with the corner. Moncao powering home his header. Chelsea beat Manchester United 3-2. McAllister moving forward. Dispossessed by Cundy. Comes as far as Moncao. And here's Lasso. Tremendous acceleration. Superb goal for Chelsea, although they did lose that match 2-1. Against Luton. Dennis Wise. Lasso scores the rebound. Chelsea's second now in the same match. Andy Townsend taking the free kick. Finds Graham Stewart. Final score of the game, Chelsea 3, Luton 3. Long clearance by Besant. Comes to Wise, first time ball, there's Dixon. And Neville Southall, could he have got there? That was one for Dixon, here was his second. Dickens to Townsend. Finds Wise. And Dixon timing his run superbly, again Southall beaten. That was Chelsea 2, Everton 2.
Stewart, and here is Jury, with Dixon going into the centre, and he reaches the cross and scores! Liverpool were cut apart. Kerry Dixon found the perfect header after Gordon Jury had supplied a superb cross. It's wonderful news for Chelsea and for Arsenal. Liverpool are behind. Wise to take the corner. Chelsea looking to hit back. Oh, and it's in! They have done! Kerry Dixon! Grobbelaar didn't get there. How dramatically it changes again. And Wise puts it onto Dixon's head. And Grobbelaar will be haunted by that. Onside, Kevin Wilson. Jury's up with him. This could make sure of it for Chelsea from Jury! 3 minutes to go. 4 goals past Liverpool. The classic counter-attack. Liverpool overcommitted. Wilson very composed. Jury in the right place. And really, there can be no more suitable candidate for rounding off the Chelsea win that surely it must now be than Gordon Jury, who caused Liverpool no end of problems in the first half.
Dennis Wise with the corner. Beautifully flighted, finds Dixon at the near post, and there's Jason Cundy. The second goal again began with a Wise corner. Taken short this time as far as Townsend. His cross, Graham Stewart scores. Chelsea 2, Aston Villa 2. Chelsea finished the season in 11th place, and there was a change of manager. Ian Porterfield taking control after Bobby Campbell resigned. Porterfield made changes. Dorigo left for Leeds, Spurs paid £2.2 million for Gordon Jury, and Vinnie Jones joined from Sheffield United for £575,000. And a classy defender, Paul Elliott, signed from Celtic for £1.4 million. First day of the season brought a match against Wimbledon. Dennis Wise with the corner. Dixon the header, and Paul Elliott scoring on his debut. Finished 2-2. The second came from this cross on the left from Wise, and Joe Allen getting the second touch.
So playing it in once more. Dickens, the former West Ham player, retrieving it in the midfield.
Clark playing it forward. Wilson on the break now for Chelsea. Crossed in there. Dixon! And it's over the line! Dixon for Chelsea. Less than 3 minutes gone.
Naeem's cross. Lineker again trying to get away from Johnson and did well to chest it down for Dury.
And here come Chelsea again. Rousseau playing an early ball. Wilson's onside. It's a terrific goal for Chelsea. Look at the delight on those Chelsea fans' faces and on the face of the scorer as well, Kevin Wilson. But what a ball from Rousseau.
And now for Howells. By Van Howe, but met firmly by Elliott. Up goes Dixon.
And away goes Townsend. A chance for number 3 now for Tottenham for Chelsea. 3-0, Andy Townsend. Once again, the Tottenham defence ripped apart.
Against Notts County. Hopeful sort of ball into the middle, cleared only as far as Townsend. Again, the Notts County defence all over the place. Here comes Paul Elliott. Off the post, in at the second attempt. Wise with the throw. Short to Townsend. There's Elliott. Dixon. Allen. Second attempt. There's the second. Chelsea 2, Notts County 2. Vinnie Jones against Sheffield United, his old club, to Boyd. Wilson the flick on, the clearance only as far as Dixon and Wise. Vinnie gets his mate back. Dixon. Townsend, a stunning drive. Quite magnificent goal by Andy Townsend. Again against Queen's Park Rangers. Vinnie Jones with the long throw. Elliott and Dennis Wise. Dixon with the header. Wise flicks on. Dreadful defensive mistake by Dave Watson allows Wilson in to score. Steve Clarke starts off the second. Finds Townsend on the left. Wilson. And Dennis Wise in the middle. The Everton defence will ask how the smallest man on the pitch got up above them. Vinnie Jones says well done. It finished Chelsea 2, Everton 2.
But he's changed his mind this time, but it comes to Allen, and it's in by Jones, the equaliser. The folk hero of Stamford Bridge has pulled them level. Once again, the corner did the damage. A different one this time. Allen's shot, kept out by Grobbelaar. Jones was following up to score. Allen's header, and it's turned in, and the youngster has scored on his full debut. It's Andy Myers who's given Chelsea the lead. Into the second half, a corner inevitably brings Chelsea another goal.
Vinnie Jones takes the throw. Steve Clarke. Grizovic drops it. Graham Lasso makes the most of it. Chelsea beating Coventry by 1-0.
Special. Elliott, and it's brought a goal for Kerry Dixon. The barren spell is over. Jones acknowledges his part in it, and Kerry Dixon is back in business.
Chelsea paid £250,000 for Clive Allen from Manchester City. For Allen, it was his 7th club, and the goals kept on coming.
Wise takes over. This is Boyd. He has Lasso outside him. In towards Clive Allen. It was an excellent header by Clive Allen, and he's kept up his record of doing well for his new teams.
Tottenham, of course, also under financial difficulties, but with Terry Venables now operating as an executive. It's coming better, but here's Allen. He scored! Clive Allen has squeezed it in. Played. Just what Chelsea needed to open up this rather cautious selection by Peter Shreves from Tottenham. And he's been doing this so well down the years, Tottenham know all about him. Rather running into his path. Clive Allen goes on, and here is Dennis Wise. Tottenham stopped and looked, but the goal is given. And that's the breathing space that Chelsea badly need.
Throw in for Wimbledon. Comes only as far as Jones. To Dixon. Flick on by Allen. To Townsend. And Sagers can't hold it. And Townsend follows up. Dennis Wise with the corner. Dixon and Allen. Clive Allen the second. Chelsea beat Wimbledon 2-1.
Well, normally Dennis Wise and Vinnie Jones orchestrate the Chelsea free kicks. Don't know if Wise would fancy curling one from there. In it goes. Dixon's in there for the header. Allen was there too, and that's the goal! Clive Allen, so difficult and so well taken. Chelsea are in the lead after 72 minutes, and they deserve to be. towards Kerry Dixon. It comes back out. Now look at this. That is class finishing by Allen.
Dennis Wise. Liverpool defence with plenty of opportunity to clear it, but instead it only comes as far as Vinnie Jones, and that's a superb strike by Jones. Townsend to Stewart, and there's Wise, and that's the winner. Chelsea beating Liverpool 2-1. Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Wise finds Stewart, and there's Cascarino scoring at the second attempt on his debut. Next against Southampton, a real mud bath of a pitch. It didn't stop Andy Townsend.
To Allen, Townsend, Stewart. And it's Graham Stewart with a great run for Chelsea, and he scores!
Dennis Wise with the corner against Nottingham Forest. Scott Gamble off the line. Dickens back in. Cascarino, and finally Clive Allen.
And the goalkeeper got a touch to it. It's a corner. Wise takes. Allen right on the line. Up comes Elliott. Townsend. And blocked on the line, and then in by Clive Allen.
Just under 5 minutes remaining. Davenport's goal, but Wise with the equaliser. Davenport had given Sunderland a lead which had lasted until 4 minutes from time, and Tony Norman's agony is apparent.
Magnificent ball finds Stewart out on the wing. Stewart's looking for Wise. Instead it runs to Graham Lasso. Lasso back to Stewart, and Wise finishes it off. Still against West Ham, long clearance by Besant. Finds Cascarino. There's Stewart. Back to Clark. And Cascarino rises above the defence. Chelsea beat West Ham 2-1. Against Aston Villa, Dennis Wise with the corner. Kerry Dixon at the near post, and Frank Sinclair gets up to score. Here against Arsenal. Vinnie Jones with the cross. Cascarino heads, and Wise scores. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. Damien Matthew takes the free kick against Everton. And here's Eddie Newton. Chelsea lost the match 2-1. And finished 14th at the end of the season. Although trophies still elude this sleeping giant of a club, Chelsea can certainly score those golden goals.